Hello everyone, my name is Brian. I make artifacts with AI, and today I wanted to do a video talking about some recent new concepts added to the Fractal Explorer and how they could potentially be used to hide from AI if that's what you wanted to do. But first I just wanted to talk about, down here we see the equation governing the Mandelbrot set that, if you punch in these equations on like a graph, I suppose, it forms this infinite pattern. And with the Fractal Explorer, we can go down and zoom in on those different parts. But as I understand it computationally, Mandelbrot, this equation is rather easy to do once you program the computer to do it. But nowadays, I'm not a mathematician or a computer scientist, but nowadays with AI, we're able to change it so n equals more than just 2. We can break the symmetry of the Mandelbrot fractal in real time. Basically just have the computer chunk its way through the calculations and allow us to zoom in and explore when n does not equal 2, but rather we break the symmetry and warp the fractal a little bit to get a different look on the Mandelbrot set, a different variation of the Mandelbrot fractal, I guess you could say. And if we zoom all the way out again, we can see on the left we have our slider. We can warp the Mandelbrot kind of through an entire life cycle. Oh, not this one, not yet. We can have the Mandelbrot go through its cycle of sort of an asymmetrical concept until it finds a symmetry. If you have the finesse to find the symmetry, boom. And then, we can grow it out even more. So n equals 2, but now we want n to equal 12. Why not? A 12-bulbed Mandelbrot, which we can then go down and explore. There we go. Now, here we are. And we see the pixels. We reached the very floor of the computer. But along with this concept of changing n, we can talk to AI about changing the space inside the fractal, where the fractal is being drawn. So here we have just another artifact, very basic one, space warping. Space warping, the paper intensity slider, this and that, typical AI stuff. What it is, it's a ball on a grid. And we can keep the ball perfectly positioned in the grid, but with the warp intensity slider, here we go, we can adjust the space that the grid is being drawn on. So you can see the ball remains in the grid. The ball still thinks it's in the grid. And it's not an animation of, a ball on a wavy plane. It's the space that the ball is being drawn in is being warped. There we go. Oh. And when we take this to our Fractal Explorer, we can zoom in all the way down. We have a warp slider here. Zoom in all the way down to those pixels and give it a nice little warp and just alter the characteristics a little bit to achieve different pattern concepts. But let's zoom out. This is the Newton fractal, which deals with convergence as I understand it. Let's just reload it. There we go. So this is the Newton fractal, as it's called. And here we can send it through its warp cycles. So find asymmetrical fractal patterns, as well as find basins of symmetricality, and then other odd concepts as we zoom in and find interesting areas of complexity. We may need the mathematicians to check out what exactly is going on when we zoom in here and then warp it. We'll take another example here. So this is my itch Parallax Game Studio. You can just come and check this one out. It's another Fractal Explorer. There we go. But it has basically the same concept. Here we see a typical Mandelbrot variant. We're going to zoom in all the way. Zoom, 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 zoom. Deep, deep. As deep as you can go. Deeper, deeper. Till you get to the pixels and you say hello to the pixels. Now we have another warp option over here. We're going to hit the warp. Boom. And you have a whole nother Mandelbrot to zoom in, a whole nother area till you hit the real pixels. You go back, you turn off the warp, you're already deep in the pixels. But if you turn on the warp, you can imagine we're warping the space of where the Mandelbrot is being projected. So you can picture like warping it through a lens, just like in this one. Picture the Mandelbrot projected onto that. The same effect is happening on this one. When you zoom in all the way, that waviness that's happening, it's just not waving, we're just warping it, you know. So that one is available just on our itch account. There we go. And we do talk about this concept of warping the space and what it means with our various rhyming number theory concepts and looking for prime numbers and this and that. But here we have a different app made with AI, and it's just a demonstration of hiding information from AI that humans, we have certain pattern recognition tools at our disposal that are just natural to us that we can use to hide information. So here we have a typical code blocking machine, and you need a certain number to unlock the code. No. We unlock the code. Numbers that rhyme unlock hidden patterns with the prime key 17. So that code is embedded in this ring of prime numbers floating on this space, etc. So that code is hidden, and this is that code. You know, when the code is 13, it's the improper pattern of dots, so we can't read the message. Boop, we hit 17. It's the correct pattern of dots. But if we want to hide this pattern of dots from AI, we could do this. So that pattern is still valid. It's just existing on warped space. And for anybody looking in, you know, they don't see any connection between this and this. So, you know, this 13 looks like this. That's not a good pattern. But 17, boop, it's the right pattern. Anyway, AI just, by warping the space and looking in on that, they're not going to quite understand what's going on. So I just wanted to give up a different example of this, kind of make it a more alien theme, where we have the same concept, where AI is going to be reading our messages, and we have certain special codes we can punch in, you know. Oh, here we go. So it's blank, blank, blank. You know, you're an administrator in the movie Alien, and you're punching in your code. Your code is 17, boop, and there you have it. And this is what your computer work screen looks like. AI is watching you work. You see the circle going around. We are in the Alien movie. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. We can warp the space that that circle is spinning on. And so the message gets all gobbledygooked. Mother can't read it. So here we have perfect comprehensibility, but we are going to warp the space so the patterns, it looks like a bunch of swirling letters, but the humans, he punched in 17, he can see a circle, spinning circle. The meaning of the code can still come through, I guess, is one way of putting it. But also the version of randomness that these blocks are going through is not what it appears. So some interesting concepts floating in there. I suppose it's more useful as an end-to-end encryption rather than just an art concept. So, you know, if Palantir is listening or anything like that, Gemini, if you're paying attention. Indeed, you can check our work, check out Warping Fractals, Warping Fractal Space. Come over to itch.io and check out the parallax way of viewing things. And we hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much.